My name is Karina Momry. I am the Director of Student Life, and I am very excited to welcome you to the 2017 8th grade promotion and awards ceremony. I want to give a special welcome to those that are joining us on the live stream, who I have not yet said hello to today. So hello to everyone on the live stream. This event is a time that we recognize the extraordinary students that make up our school community. I often get asked what OHS is like, and I know I would never be able to accurately describe each passionate and diverse individual that makes up our community. So every time someone asks me, I try to think of a different student and describe them. So I describe a student that we have that has amazing video editing and interview skills, who interviews CEOs around the country. I describe a student who wins top science awards in a gigantic state with a lot of people. I describe kids that enjoy studying ethics and compete in an ethics bowl, and I get to explain what an ethics bowl is. And it's really awesome to do, and without fail, when I'm done, people just look at me and they're like, wow, that sounds like an awesome place to work, and it is. And I'm so excited to have you all here to celebrate how amazing and diverse our student body is. Today we'll celebrate not only the students who will be called to the stage, but the intellectual curiosity and the love of learning that ties together this wonderful community. When you walked in, you received a short program for today's ceremony. That program also lists the winners of our course certificates, which Dr. Smith will explain later in the program. We have left the names of the winners of many of the other awards, including the All-School and Division Awards, so we can surprise the winners today. All the award recipients and other recognitions that we announce during today's ceremony will be listed in the program you receive on Sunday at the graduation ceremony. So please make sure you get one of those programs as a keepsake. If you are not attending that event, we can also mail you one, so feel free to send me an email for that. And now I'd like to introduce our head of school, Dr. Tomohiro Hoshi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome again to the 8th grade promotion and awards ceremony. I'm sure you all have been enjoying so far the very first moments of this graduation and pixel gathering weekend. It's always great to be able to see so many OHS people in person at once in an auditorium like this. While I, as a long-time OHS teacher, I naturally miss text chat functions and emoticons of our usual online setup. Anyhow, I hope you will enjoy this weekend as much as you can, and respect to the event will make special additions to your joyful memories of OHS experience. This event is also, as Karina mentioned, broadcasted online. It's exciting to have this global auditorium experience connecting our OHS students and families in person at Stanford and online from all over the world, in order to celebrate wonderful achievements of our students this year. The 8th grade promotion and award ceremony is one of my favorite events throughout the year, since this is a unique opportunity for us to jointly celebrate wonderful student accomplishment of the year. As educators, there's nothing more exciting to us than seeing students excited about their own achievement after working so hard towards their own goals. Before presenting specific recognitions and awards in this ceremony, I'd first like to celebrate the incredible accomplishment that all our OHS students made collectively together to make this successful academic year 2016-17. Congratulations, students, on all your great achievements for this year. Now, let's start the ceremony program with the middle school promotion. I'm now going to turn it over to Pat Freitas, our middle school counselor and advisor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a good time. We are very excited to be here today to honor our talented middle school students as they're promoted to high school. The OHS Middle School program offers young students the opportunity to take challenging and fun classes in a joyful learning environment. And our passionate instructors encourage and teach our students critical independent thinking using creativity and innovation in their classes. Our students help the school develop a strong sense of community, participating in different events and collaborating in the success of our clubs and social activities. While we would love to recognize all of our 8th graders in this ceremony, time restricts us to say a few words about these amazing 8th graders who we know are here today. Those who are not here or attending remotely will receive their certificate by mail. Please come up when your name is called to receive a certificate of promotion and a hat, and then please stay up here until everyone is called. Khaled Talk, Leslie Stanford, Lisa Hicks, and Ann Hushka will join me to help present the certificates and help me represent all of our middle school instructors.
Hannah Agwanobi. Maybe we should hold our applause until the end. Hannah is energetic and cheerful, a student who helps keep the class going. More likely to laugh than groan after the occasional oops or exploded science experiment, Hannah's ease, humor, and infectious curiosity will serve her well in the years to come. Tristan Amo. Okay. Tristan is articulate and keen, especially about this SpaceX initiative to send civilians to Mars. If he is among the lucky few who are chosen to go, we will miss him. Congratulations. Beth Ethaid. Beth is the superstar of the middle school science bowl team. She encourages her peers, challenges herself, and takes a genuine delight in learning. Congratulations. Thor Basile. Thor always finds ways to work calculus into his science experiments. It's not a calculus-based course. His balloon contraption to measure the height of a Mentos geyser will be a permanent fixture forevermore in the JSO2 Hall of Fame. Brianna Spedel. Briones is a consistent contributor to class and discussions. She is a nuanced thinker who considers issues thoughtfully and from multiple angles. Congratulations. Sam Boshin. Sam has a wonderful sense of humor and is always happy to wrestle with big ideas. His personality infuses section discussions with liveliness. It does? No, it does. Josie Chan. Josie's ready smile, enthusiastic personality, and persistence are delightful characteristics. She is meticulous and thorough and willing to both ask and answer questions. Catherine Chin. Catherine is an independent thinker, has intense interests and questions from different angles, and is eager to share them with others. She is a consistent contributor and not afraid to take risks.
Okay, Sebastian Deary. Sebastian's videography and musical talents are a highlight of the class discussion boards. Audrey Dutcher. Audrey's quirky sense of humor shines through in her offbeat explanations and analogies, and she's a great observer and has a great ability to make the pieces fit. Graham Stell. Graham makes insightful observations and has a natural curiosity that is fun to watch in action, and he had a neat way of incorporating his experiences with skiing into math discussions, and he always came to class ready to volunteer solutions and ask good questions. Garrett Evans. Garrett was a careful student, always ready to get extra insight to get a better understanding of the big picture to hone his skills. He also seems to be hungry at the beginning of class, hungry for lunch, hungry for knowledge. He'll be back on camera with a great response after he has a snack. Noah Giles. Noah is a talented scholar who matches his insightfulness with creativity, diligence, and a witty sense of humor. Noah has demonstrated a keen ability to identify patterns, draw connections, and provide perceptive answers to even the most challenging of questions. Gran Giovanetti. Grant's keen intellect and competitive spirit boiled up our discussion sections and made them fun for everyone. One of Grant's particular strengths is in exploring the relationship between literary text and historical context. Congrats.
Charlotte He. Charlotte is a creative thinker, and her geometry comprehension is admirable. She prepared excellent presentation slides for the class in a short period of time, and students find her presentations innovative and easy to understand. Sam Hilton. Sam is polite and easygoing. He's always ready to learn and not afraid to ask questions. Gabrielle Humphreys. Gabby's beautiful smile lights up her lab documentation as well as our class discussions. She has wonderful creativity, originality, and artistry. Kiran Kapoor. Kiran was a strong student in AP Calculus, showing a keen, inquisitive mind and strong attention to details. He worked well in small groups, where his classmates were impressed with his dedication and consistent contributions. Amelie Kyer. Amelie's creativity shines in her dramatic readings, done through her trademark Golden Buddha doll. Where's the Golden Buddha doll? Aditya Narayan. Aditya has a contagious enthusiasm and a great sense of fun. His lively and creative contributions made him a leader in class discussions. Francesca Noviello. Franny's imaginative analogies and articulate explanations have been a wonderful addition to her science class. Congratulations.
Kaylee Fan. Kaylee is curious and thoughtful, and she always has her pixel by her side. Kaylee was ready to tackle any math topic and pushed herself in a positive and persistent way. James Plumley. AKA Jimmy. Jimmy's thoughtful and focused demeanor made him a leader in our discussion sessions in class. He's a conscientious learner, consistently working to refine his understanding of everything that we read. Congratulations, Jimmy. Shamika Podila. Shamika is a great student in honors physics. She's thoughtful. She turned in quality work and carried herself with a lot of maturity. Her beautiful photograph was chosen as the cover image of this year's De Novo. Well done, Shamika. Congratulations. Connor Rosenberry. Connor's quiet style belies his deeply thoughtful nature, when in fact he's full of deep thoughts about nature. David Smith. David is a beautifully concise and precise writer. He manages to pack maximal meaning and explanation into a few well-chosen sentences. He's also wickedly funny in text chat. Kate Snyder. Although Kate is not the loudest voice in the room, her words linger in your mind. She has a keen intellect which identifies small details, lending to incredible ideas. Congratulations. Oscar Steinhardt. Oscar, where's the dog? He usually comes with you to every class. Deeply thoughtful, persistent, and creative. Oscar also has a delightful personality that makes him fun to interact with. Congratulations, Oscar.
Tatiana Streidel. Tati's bubbly personality, along with her quirky sense of fun and willingness to take intellectual risks, make her a delight to teach and a pleasure to have in class. Avery Trice. Avery's gentle spirit belies her razor-sharp intellect. Her writing displays both grace and power. Joshua Tseng. Joshua's thoughtful, complex contributions greatly enriched our class discussions, and I really enjoyed where his writing went in the last month or so of class. Esra Tumia. Esra's artistic nature shines through in her lab documentation. She has proved strong perseverance and gained a soft-spoken confidence through the year. No, she's not here. Hold on. Yay! Catherine Tung. Catherine is never one to settle for an easy answer. She is always questioning, and she always wants to know more. Benjamin Twardowski-Benkowski. Benjamin is a great writer, an active participant, and very supportive of his peers. He has a wealth of knowledge from reading and his life experiences, and is eager to apply this to his learning. Pierce Wang. Pierce is always game to try something new. He has a willing spirit, an engaging personality, and a wonderful sense of humor. Madeline Weiler. Maddie's cheerful good humor animates our section discussions. Maddie loves to think, to ask hard questions, and to come up with new ideas.
And lastly, Caitlin Bullington. Katie is a quiet but deep thinker. She demonstrates a keen sense of understanding and thoughtfulness in her work, and she has a passion for Latin and displays a great talent for writing.
Okay, so we would like to take an 8th grade picture, so if you all could squish close together so the photographers could get you. Squish close together. The photographers up there on the 2nd level, so look up there.
Oh, there's the photographer. Just as close as you can.
You see it on the 2nd level? Smile all the way up there. Squish. Alright, as part of the only tradition is that you put the hat on your head.
Okay.
It won't be there for long, don't worry.
That's fine.
Alright, now look at the photographer again. Helping each other out, fantastic. Alright, and then this is the Casey. Throughout the weekend, you'll get a chance to enjoy some of the amazing musical talents of our students. I would now like to introduce David Sachs, who will be performing the fourth movement, second piano sonata. David? Oh, there we go. Thank you, David. I will be using you as my next example when someone asks me what students at OHS are like. Next, we'd like to acknowledge some academic awards and honors that our students received earlier in the year. Students, please stand as you hear your award and stay standing. We'll save our applause until the end and applaud for all of our award winners and participants at the same time. Those students who've been honored by their performance on the National Latin Exam, those who participated in the high school mathematical contest in modeling, or the U.S. Math Olympiad, Purple Comet Competition, or Moody's Mega Math M3 Challenge, the high school and middle school science bowl teams, students who participated in the chemistry, astronomy, or physics Olympiad, National Merit Scholarship Recognition, National Merit Scholar, Merit Finalists, commended students, participants with the Model UN or our Ethics Bowl team. Thank you and congratulations. We also want to acknowledge a few groups of students who served as special leadership roles throughout the school year. Again, students, please stand as you hear your roll called and stay standing. Yearbook editors, student government officers, student ambassadors, peer tutors, and this weekend's prom committee. Thank you. And finally, I'd like to recognize those students who have been named club leaders with distinction. These exceptional club leaders went above and beyond by infusing their clubs with boundless energy, leading to great accomplishments and they hold an important place in our community. For the Astronomy Club, Hagen Hensley and Alexander Shing. For the Baseball Club, Gemma Haney. For the Spanish Club, Grace Sewell and Jasmine Singh. For the Current Events Club, Ariana Chutkin. Exploravision, Umar Badami. Girls Can Code, Kayla Leung. History Club, Anastasia Gercheva. Model United Nations, Madeline Hurwitz. Pixel Talk, Tej Singh. Philosophy of Physics, Gan Kim. Science Club, Jake Pilati and Shalin Shah. Science of Music and the Music of Science Club, Tira Altunin. Student Service Board, Elena Gonzalez. Please stand. Thank you. We have more recognitions, and for the next one, I'd like to pass the mic to English instructor Claire Dawkins.
So I'm going to call up all the student writers who contributed to this year's edition of De Novo, although I know not everyone's attending. So the following 6 were the ones who were selected: Sangeetha Barath, Avery Rogers, Mac Meller, Anna Stoneman, Ash DiCristofalo, and Theo Dutcher. If y'all could please come up. So while they're coming up, I'll just quickly tell you, you should have received a copy of De Novo in your little goodie bag when you were checking in. So this is a journal of prize student writing here at the OHS. So not like creative writing, like stories. Yeah, come on up. Not like stories or poetry. Dr. Kerr will talk about that kind of writing. This is research writing, where the students were putting their original arguments in a kind of critical context. And so I'll tell you a quick kind of blurb about each of them. They worked really hard on this, and it was really excellent edition. They were vetted by teachers, so there was a faculty committee that selected from the submissions. There were 10 teachers on the committee this year, so a very robust committee. So it's quite an accomplishment. So Sangeetha, if you could just wave, Sangeetha Barath's English essay on the poem Caliban by Caribbean poet Kamau Brathwaite asks us to think about the sweetness that comes from the construction of a new Caribbean identity after the bitterness of the destruction of an older African identity through the process of slavery and eventual emancipation across the long scope of history. Avery Rogers uses British philosopher John Stuart Mill's theories of liberty and harm in her core paper to consider the question of legalizing prostitution in modern Western countries like America, provocatively arguing that Mill would defend the right for a person to work as a prostitute, but would argue against structures that support the industry, such as pimping or owning brothels. So very provocative essay there. Examining a wide array of evidence that includes history, modern toxicology, etymology, mythology. Mac Meller argues against the commonly held belief that fault lines that run underneath the temple to Apollo at Delphi may have caused psychotropic gases that caused the mantric trances of the oracle there, the priestess there. Mac argues instead that modern concept like the placebo effect might have been anticipated even in ancient Greece. In her history research paper, Anna Stoneman considers a gap in the historical discussion of Czechoslovakia's Velvet Revolution in 1989. So most historians talk about the revolution either by starting at the revolution and looking kind of what came before, or at the kind of failed revolution of the Velvet Uprising, or I'm sorry, what was it? Velvet Revolution. Prague Spring reforms in 1968, and then they come from the opposite angle. And so in contrast, Anna is interested in looking at the literary and philosophical discourse that developed between those periods. So instead of thinking of politics drives culture, culture drives politics. So an approach to historiography, how we write history. And then we had, for the first time this year in De Novo, we included genres of the literature review in science. So we had two. In her review of scientific literature, Ash DiCristofalo provides a survey of the special imaging technologies that paleobiologists use to detect the presence, shape, size, and structure of a type of cell called a melanosome? Okay, from which they can hypothesize the coloration patterns of dinosaurs, and then from that we can hypothesize their behavior patterns that they might have had. And then Theo Dutcher, his lit review focuses on whole kidney bioengineering, which has become increasingly viable as an alternative to kidney donation, although some significant obstacles still remain. And he asks us to imagine a future where whole kidney bioengineering could become a medical treatment for chronic kidney disease. So let's give them a round of applause. And next, Rebecca Shields will be presenting the Peer Tutor Awards.
The Peer Tutor Award is given to a student who exemplifies the OHS values of academic achievement and service to the school community. This year's recipient, Grace Sewell, has served as a tutor for AP History, MSB, 2 literature courses, and 4 Spanish courses. But it's not Grace's breadth of academics that makes her such a sought-after tutor. It's her passion to help her fellow OHSers, as is exemplified in her feedback, which her instructors have noted is incredibly thoughtful and thorough and, quote, at risk of putting them to shame, unquote. This afternoon, we honor you, Grace, for setting the bar high and for so graciously sharing your knowledge and talents with your classmates. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Let me put my uniform on. I was telling myself I have to picture everybody in a webcam, and then I'll feel a little bit more at ease, a little more in a familiar terrain. I get to present the contest winners for the OHS Poetry Prize, which we've been doing since the start of the school, and it's fun to present this award in this environment. For this contest, students will submit 1 to 3 poems to me, and then I gather them up, put them in a nice pile, and I pass them along to a judge or judges. And so today I am just the messenger, the happy messenger of the good news. But I have swam oceans, I have fought battles, I don't know, I've done many things. I've ridden my bike across town to get here to tell you about who has won this year's Poetry Prize. The poet who judged them this year, it's worth mentioning, Kimberly Gray. She has taught some of our courses in creative writing. She was a Stegner Fellow at Stanford, and her book recently was published, The Opposite of Light, and was awarded the 2015 Lexi Rudnitsky First Book of Poetry Prize. So it's a real poet judging your poems this year. I'm going to do things a little bit differently, too. Last year I read and presented the high school award. This year I'm going to do the high school first, and then I'm going to do the middle school. But for the middle school, I'm going to need a little bit of help. I was wondering if one of the contestants, I think her name is Shamika Podala, if she could come up and if she could just come up here and help me out for when I get to the middle school, that would be great. So while she's coming up, I'm going to read what Kimberly Gray wrote about this year's high school winner, who is Catherine Pine Yeager, for her poem, Landscape at a Ruined Delphi. This is what Kimberly wrote. Landscape at a Ruined Delphi is an exceptional poem of complex image and metaphor. Here, history and the body are intrinsically tied to ruin. Quote, the mouth slack, hung with laurel, unquote. The speaker says it herself, quote, being compelled to see is a grueling history, end quote. But along with this acknowledgement of interpretation, she also makes us feel, sometimes uncomfortably, the shame of our human egos. Perspective is the gesture Pine Yeager gives us, expecting her readers to understand that we are no different from our ancestors, our originators, those who hurt and caused hurt, like the, quote, the bruises on an oracle's chin, end quote. The images in this poem are some of the best I've ever read, writes Kimberly Gray. Quote, small hurricanes moving in your back muscle. And then toward the end of the poem, like wilted flowers, bruises make stains in the water. Pine Yeager is a poet who understands both beauty and representation, and that no history, no body, no reconstructed image is exempt from ruin. She's a poet who will no doubt be soon making her mark on the world. Okay, so here I'm going to try and read Catherine's poem. This is Landscape at a Ruined Delphi. When there are hands where no hands should be, it is like this. The bruises on an oracle's chin. Faith, a small nervous motion of the throat, gone. The mouth slack, hung with laurel. Being compelled to see is a grueling history, a red sway-backed procession of days through the desert, but necessary. Those things are, even if they take convincing. The Acropolis was a monument to ego, a temple to the men who said there is someone to blame for the universe closing in on us, a claimant of the future. Its builder said, necessary or I will be executed at sundown. Perspective, you understand. The shame is inside you too, small hurricanes moving in your back muscles. The hand gestures to the sky, a question surfacing. The body sits on the naked steps and drinks from a kylix. Like wilted flowers, bruises make stains in the water. That's Catherine's poem. Okay, so if you can come help me. All right. So, of course, the reason I called Shamika up here is because she has won the middle school prize for her poem, Thing in the Dark. And I'm going to read an introduction for it, and then you can read your poem. Okay? All right. So this is what Kimberly Gray wrote about Shamika's poem, Thing in the Dark. Thing in the Dark is a sonic adventure, as well as a subversive narrative of identity. Podala craftily uses the interrogative form against an ambiguous they, who question the speaker's position in the world as she powerfully pushes back. Quote, I am not a story. I am not what they think. Never have they seen me, yet they dare to give me a face. The poem is an experiment in pronouns and their ambiguities, how we as a society tend to tag people in non-specific ways, generalize, make assumptions, until identity, the very thing itself, becomes an unanswerable question. And the poem circles itself in relentless questions until the speaker, exhausted, turns the question onto the reader. Quote, I ask myself, who are you? They ask again. They do not know. I do not know. Do you know? I see brilliant flashes of Emily Dickinson here. The poem mimics in the most powerful way the inexhaustible defense one makes against the world's tendency to decide who we are before we've had a chance to decide for ourselves. So, you want to read it? There's, just turn the page.
What is your name? They ask me. I do not know. It is a mystery, I tell them. They take that literally. That is not what I am. That is not who I am. Never have they seen me, yet they dare to give me a name. Never have they heard me, yet they gave me a voice. Monster, they call me, destroyer of things, breaker of hearts, claws, teeth, or wings. Wings, but I cannot fly. They scream, but they do not lie. Are they scared? What do you look like? They ask me. They do not know. Their children ask. They say, it is a mystery. That word again. Do they know what it means? Do they know how it feels? I am not a story. I am not what they think. Never have they seen me, yet they dared to give me a face. Never have they spoken to me, yet they think they know me. Who will you be? They ask me. Who am I ask myself. Who are you? They ask again. They do not know. I do not know. Do you know?
That's tough to follow. I'm Anthony Smith. I'm the new director of curriculum, stepping in for Jeff Scarborough, who I'm so glad to see in the audience. And I'll take his role of introducing specific awards for academic divisions. These are awards that take two forms. I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. I'd like to be clear that while we're honoring a small number of students today, that I think we're honoring everyone here. Every student has done something extraordinary, has done something extraordinary in class that has helped others to excel. That said, of these two forms of award, one is a course certificate. And as Karina Momary pointed out, you'll find course certificates listed both in today's program and in the program on Sunday for graduation. These course certificates award students or recognize students' achievements in mastering content in a specific course or being particularly engaged in that course in a way that really impressed instructors. Usually we have one or two per course, and it's quite an honor. Could we have a round of applause for course certificate winners, please? After the ceremony, is this right? The certificates are up here. So once the ceremony's over, you can come pick them up, and congratulations to all of you. The other award that we designate for specific divisions is the division awards. I think we're giving 18 division awards from the 6 different divisions. These are rewards that demonstrate or acknowledge the remarkable scholarly achievement of students within particular disciplines. And I think what we'll do is have the 18 instructors come up in groups of 3, division by division, to speak about why they've awarded particular students and recognized their outstanding achievements. So if we could go in the order of, I'm gonna try to do this by memory. Jeff, will you check me? Okay, core, English, humanities, language, math, science. If we could start off with core, that would be fantastic.
Quinn has not simply blossomed in philosophy, he has sieged the castle and stormed the ramparts. He is forthright and articulate, comfortable with peers and instructors alike, and has a genuine and precocious philosophical spirit that allows for bold and imaginative formation of arguments. And his healthy skepticism and ability to express and analyze ideas on the spot ensures that he is quick and ruthless in exposing the weaknesses in others' arguments. So it's lucky that he's also charismatic, mischievous, and light-hearted, and always encourages others to join in the thrill of discovery. Since the HSC term when I witnessed it all click for Quinn, he has shown remarkable engagement with the written and embodied idea in and out of school. Long may it continue.
The next division award for core goes to Christopher Wolfram. It's always tempting to think of discussion sections in OHS core as being Socratic in some sense or another. But whereas one can be forgiven for suspecting that many Socratic seminars, like Socrates himself, have a destination in mind for their questioning, I might claim that Chris often gets closer to the spirit of real inquiry. Throughout his time in the OHS core, as attested by many of his instructors, Chris has shown relentless curiosity, paired with a keen capacity to probe pretty much any idea put before him. His nose for interesting and fruitful avenues of thinking is not an accident. He has worked hard and consistently to develop this sense. It is in class where these qualities are on fullest display. He is always prepared, always interested, always ready to test an idea. It makes for exciting, unpredictable, and singular classes. Even skeptical philosophers can anticipate that his future will follow suit.
So this will be for the third and final core division award, and it goes to Roald Fradkin, who is not attending. Roald stands out as a genuine philosophical spirit. This year especially, he has consistently exhibited technical skill way beyond his years. In particular, his existentialism research paper on Nietzsche, Sartre, and consciousness was dazzling. Roald drives conversation in class with delicate and nuanced readings of authors. He also engages other students' comments in very fruitful and respectful ways. More than anything, though, we applaud Roald's approach and development. He isn't overly concerned about evaluation or about being right. He instead wants to get things right and really appreciates how difficult it is to make a convincing argument or be reasonably confident in even our most treasured beliefs. We've also seen Roald's engagement and technique blossom through commitment and diligence. Roald has made himself a better philosopher. We joyfully look forward to following his ascending arc.
Lisa Likashova is in Switzerland. The great poet and critic, Nobel Prize-winning poet and critic T.S. Eliot famously called Shakespeare's Hamlet an artistic failure. Lisa wrote an essay, the title of which contained a Pink Floyd allusion, in which she explained how Eliot was wrong using a conceptual framework she'd imported from a different Eliot essay. So that is, she used Eliot to show Eliot how Eliot was mistaken. It was awesome. The paper arrived a few days after she told me via email that morning she'd been greeted by a cow walking calmly down her street. Life and learning are a grand adventure for Lisa, her conversation and papers bristling of her own volition with Dostoevsky, Camus, Heidegger, Sartre, and whatever else she draws into her orbit. Reading Lisa's papers is like being handed a cartoon firecracker, each one hissing with the promise of another delightful explosion.
always hard to follow after David. The next English Division Award goes to Sangeetha Barath. Sangeetha Sunny Barath is a part-time student at the OHS, so we feel very lucky in the English division that she's chosen to take her English classes through us. And her nickname, Sunny, was given to her by her coach at her brick and mortar, but it fits her perfectly because of her warmth and cheerfulness. She's an incredible listener, and she always builds on the ideas of her classmates. For example, this semester, a student was giving a presentation in AP Lit. Sangeetha had read the paper too, even though it wasn't required reading for her, and she offered a response to one of the discussion questions on her classmate's slide, while also providing additional framework. Her response, Sunny's response, in turn produced a huge surge of participation in class, which not only helped her classmate get a better participation grade, but it made her classmate look good, right? It gave her an assist, and it made it even better than it already was. And that's the kind of thing she does all the time. She raises everybody up to their A game. She's also developed as a powerful writer, especially committed to thinking through the implications of her arguments, and she has done this over the past few years with increasing sophistication that has impressed all of her English teachers. We are proud to honor her with a Division Award. She's a joy to teach.
Fiona Hall's essays are powerful things. This past semester, she has argued for how the World War I poems of Wilfred Owen reject the consolations of time in the face of suffering and war, showing how such well-intentioned consolation acts finally as a denial of the tragedy of war and, in her words, alters its very meaning. And she has argued forcefully for rejection of the philosophical absurd based on her analysis of how this worldview leads the main character of Jean Rhys's novel, Good Morning, Midnight, to a passivity that is increasingly damaging to her as the novel proceeds to its utterly and horribly devastating conclusion. So this all sounds pretty grim. And it might give you the totally wrong idea about Fiona, who is a generous, engaged, and engaging classmate who helps bring out the best in the class as a whole, and often is known for her smile as well, but still. What she also is, most wonderfully, is a genuinely serious thinker, grappling with a real "so what?" the English teacher's eternal prodding question for every essay and argument in all that she does.
All right, the first Humanities Division Award goes to Rilla Taylor. Rilla Taylor, in Globalization and Imperial Exchange, has demonstrated an exceptional degree of insightfulness and analytical strength that reflect her talents as an historian. Rilla possesses an impressive aptitude for working closely with historical documents, able and eager to dissect and analyze the most obtuse of sources while connecting them to their historical contexts. In turn, she has a real knack for identifying patterns of development, exchange, and connection across seemingly disparate times and world regions. Through her outstanding work, Rilla has proven to be a deep and dedicated thinker who embraces learning for learning's sake. Congratulations.
The award for excellence in history goes to Freya Doyle. She's not here today. She demonstrated great intellectual ability and curiosity while studying history at OHS. And during her classes, Freya made intelligent and insightful observations. She also became a class leader while demonstrating an understanding of the past and how it is relevant to the world in which we live today. For these reasons, we are happy to present Freya with this year's award for excellence in history. Soon will be Simba, right?
Hello, everyone. So the third award goes to Fiona Hall. Fiona is an amazing young woman with a boundless future. Whether she is examining the prison industrial complex, hip hop as activism, or the Polish solidarity movement of the late 1980s, Fiona has displayed a sense of compassion, empathy, and a genuine resolve to change the world for the better. Her search for historical truth clearly embodies the words of James Baldwin, quote, "Know from whence you came. If you know whence you came, there are absolutely no limitations to where you can go." Congratulations.
Hello, everybody. This is an award from the Chinese language part of the Ancient and Modern Languages Division. Cyrus在哪里？过来。Hey. Okay. Cyrus Crockett has made outstanding progress in Chinese for one who started from the beginning, zero, less than 3 years ago, and he's been an outstanding leader of the Chinese Club. His language skills have become rather diverse. He can explain to you in Chinese how to cook Sichuan potatoes, and while doing the cooking. And he can also use Chinese to gently tell a friend that they need help for an addiction. These are some of his projects during the year. However, he has gone well beyond the requirements of the class, not only in learning more words, but also in looking deeper into the meanings of words and the culture they accompany. He's been a strong, reliable club leader, and he's delved as a club leader into many aspects of Chinese politics and history that language classes just don't get to. He delivers thoughtful presentations and questions, and we think he'd make a great professor someday. And he also excels at making everyone, their questions and opinions, feel welcome. Okay? So,
Good afternoon. In the words of Bob Dylan, anything worth thinking about is worth singing about. I'm not going to sing. But with that in mind, I wish I could sing rather than speak about the two wonderful students receiving this year's Spanish Award, and I feel really, really privileged to honor them today. So the first person, Grace. At the age of 17, Grace is already an accomplished scholar of humanities, literature, and languages. She transformed and improved the Spanish Club through creating innovative lessons with poetry, songs, and film. An inspiration to her peers and teachers, she is creative, curious, caring, hardworking, empowered and empowering, ambitious but humble, a passionate learner, and natural community builder. Grace reminds me of the sea, that, to quote one of the poems by Pablo Neruda, comes and puts our lives together. Viene al mar y reúne nuestras vidas. And every day, on the balcony of the sea, wings open, fire is born, and everything is blue again like morning. Y cada día el balcón del mar abre las alas, nace el fuego y todo sigue azul como mañana. I am also privileged to present this award to Jasmine. A gifted learner, Jasmine is an independent thinker, an excellent communicator, a fierce debater, not afraid to tackle the thorniest of subjects. She demonstrates great leadership skills and is deeply committed to language learning and linguistics. With her strong computer skills, she is on her way to creating innovative language learning apps and making groundbreaking contributions in her chosen fields of study. She cares deeply about the world of languages and words, and, as we know, once again, to quote Pablo Neruda, Words give life to life itself. Dan vida a la vida las palabras.
It's a privilege to give this math award to Lisa Likhacheva, who isn't here today. She's the division winner in math, in the secondary math division. Lisa is remembered by her OHS math instructors as a truly outstanding young scholar, garnering perfect or near perfect scores for her classes. And she is known as well for her generosity, enthusiasm, and her collaborative spirit. I had the pleasure of being Lisa's instructor for calculus for the past year and was struck by Lisa's rare combination of steely resolve and geniality. Lisa's amiable nature, so evident in our classroom discussions, is no doubt amplified by her love of and knowledge of the humanities as seen in the mastery of numerous languages and her knowledge of history and of music. As far as steely resolve, this was manifest in Lisa's laser focus and her steadfast pursuit of the mathematical skills and knowledge presented to her. Lisa's in-class discussions, generally beginning with a friendly, "All right then," before the fearless plunge into the analysis of the math problem at hand, are as cherished a memory for me as I am sure they are for her peers. This combination of drive and goodwill will serve Lisa well wherever her career should take her. Congratulations, Lisa.
So the award for university level mathematics goes to Drake Thomas. Talking to Drake, please. Talking to Drake is like talking to a graduate student in math. A good graduate student, one who has the intuition and the technical skills, someone who gets the fun and beauty of a really nice puzzle or theorem at any level, and is eager and able to communicate and share that joy with others. He writes original math puzzles, good ones, original, creative, and yet classic. That's a rare creative skill, even for professional mathematicians. Some have been used on the admissions test for summer math camps. He's told me some that made me want to stop what I was doing and just work on them for an hour or two, or a day or two. He's taken every university level math course we have, and as fun as those classes always are, Drake's presence makes them better. He thinks deeply about abstract ideas, and he pushes to generalize and extend what he learns. It was a pleasure and an honor to be one of his instructors.
The Excellence in Computer Science Award is intended to recognize and encourage students who have achieved a very high level of competency and underscore a commitment to the pursuit of excellence. This year's award is given to Richard Granisbu. Self-motivated and extremely thorough to the details, to the logic and organization required for a computer programming and analytical problem solving, Richard Granisbu has shown a mastery of concepts that often challenge university freshmen and sophomores. Quiet and well-mannered and always cheerful and willing to help others at all times, Ricky has demonstrated a deep passion for the subject and has won the respect and admiration of his fellow students. With his insightful but brief and precise comments, Ricky has helped maintain a lively discussions in class. Like an artist who focuses on each stroke of the brush while keeping in mind the final picture, Richard has a keen sense of understanding of the details of the missing semicolons and the misplaced semicolons, right, while not losing focus of the larger question or a problem in hand. Perhaps the most telling quality of his personality is his dedication to an effort to achieve his personal goals. We hope Ricky will continue to play a significant role in the development and the advancement of this discipline in the future, and I guess it's here.
Receiving the award for achievement in scientific research today is Gon Kim. Even as a junior at OHS, Gon has dedicated a good part of her life to scientific research of a high caliber and to sharing her work broadly. In the fall, we learned of her independent work creating a deep learning algorithm for the diagnosis of lymphoma. At the spring science fair, Gon shared further work in the automated classification of MRI sequences. She has spent the majority of this semester working grad student-like hours in a lab here on campus, in addition to presenting her work around the world at science fairs and conferences. But above all that, we are thankful for Gon's commitment to promoting science within the OHS community. From peer reviewing her classmates' scientific reviews to leading the Philosophy of Physics Club, Gon is tireless in her efforts to spread the science love. And Gon and I have conspired to let her say a quick word.
Hi, so I know this is not necessarily the best place to spew familial love, but my mom, who's in South Korea right now and is watching the live stream, is going through some hard times, but is dealing with everything life throws at her with amazing strength. So I'm terrible at verbal displays of public affection, so I have something on my phone. Hi, Mom. I hope you woke up early enough to watch the live stream, because if not, I'm rambling at nobody. I never really had the chance to say this, but I want you to know that I can't thank you enough for everything you do for me, from letting me stay in a country across the world for 6 months to pursue the research I love, to sending me to this brilliant school, OHS, and listening to my ranting and raving about the things that excite me, and even for attempting to send me quantum physics and cancer research articles every day. You're an amazing, smart, and strong woman, and you're the best mom I could have asked for. I owe you my research, my life, and everything, so this one's for you. 사랑해요.
Our next award is for excellence in science and goes to Jake Pilati, who is not here today, but hopefully watching the live stream. Anyone who has been in a room with Jake, either online or physically, knows that he has an infectious enthusiasm, especially for science. In his science classes, he is engaged in every class, eager to ask and answer questions with a new perspective that helps others understand. He is supportive of his classmates and can help drive the work in breakout rooms. His lab work stands out for its creativity and ingenuity, and his breadth of knowledge is almost hard to beat. This is especially evident in Science Bowl practice, where he can answer questions before they are even all the way out of my mouth. He co-leads the high school Science Bowl team with tremendous spirit and fairness. Congratulations, Jake.
Hello, everybody. The last division award in science for excellence in science goes to Courtney Lau, who is not present today, but likewise, I hope she's watching the stream or can see a recording later. In all of her science classes at OHS, Courtney has been a standout student, prepared, thoughtful, and ready to participate. Courtney executes thoughtful and creative written and experimental work and asks probing questions in class and in office hours. In addition, Courtney has sustained the Brain Investigations Club for 3 years and has introduced us to such topics as the mouse crown of thorns neuron that wraps around the mouse brain and other forms of advanced brain imagery. Courtney has started a chapter of the International Youth Neuroscience Association and is going to be developing neuroscience curricula over the summer and next year. Good luck in your continued pursuit of science, Courtney.
Now we will turn to Old School Awards. Our Old School Awards acknowledge the students' accomplishments beyond specific disciplines that best exemplify core values and spirits promoted at OHS, including academic excellence, engagement in the community, and leadership. We will start with Middle School Award.
Hi, everyone. I'm Meg Lamont, and I'm the Director of Instruction here. And I'm delighted to start our All-School Awards with our middle school students. We selected 2 students for this award, and it really is students we feel embody what we really want from all OHS students, but maybe particularly in the middle school, which is just intellectual curiosity, excitement, a sense of, I don't know, your class is an adventure that you're taking part of. So our first recipient is unfortunately not here today, but I will read about him. So Umar Ahmed Badami. There is no off switch for Umar. His enthusiasm, yes, is boundless, and his energy is illimitable. He throws himself into projects head first with a smile on his face and lightning fast fingers on his keyboard. He pelts his instructors with insightful questions, never ceasing until either he is satisfied with the answer or he has exhausted his instructor's knowledge. His never-ending appetite for difficult problems makes him a delight to work with. So maybe we could give him a hand of applause. And we hope that he's watching the live stream. And our second winner is here today, Hannah Agunobi. Hannah is graceful, confident, and poised in class discussions. Even if she is taking classes with students who are older than she is, and she often is, she doesn't simply hold her own. She shows everyone in class how to develop sophisticated and insightful responses to discussion questions. She's also gentle and kind, but she can also respectfully push back against her classmates and her teachers if she wants to express an idea that goes against the grain of what everyone else is saying. She also has a warm sense of humor that brightens the classroom and makes it a friendly, welcoming place for all.
The next award is the Pixel Community Award. This award goes to a 9th through 11th grader who strengthens our community through support of her peers and other community members academically, personally, and through school activities. The winner of this year's award is not present with us today, but her name is Audrey Shing. Audrey is described by her instructors as a lightsaber of energy, and I have to agree that that is such an accurate description. She is a member of the student government, and due to a time difference, she has been known to wake up at 4 a.m. her local time and show up for meetings, hiding from her parents because she's excused from attending, but she wants to attend them so bad that she has a little light on, and she wants to be a part of the school community and shape activities for the school. She brings joy and keen intellectual ability wherever she goes, from leading the sophomore class as its president, coming to office hours, or Skyping at length with her peers as a constant fountain of support. Audrey's enthusiasm is infectious. She has made herself an essential part of the school community.
So now we're moving on to the junior book prizes. So these are honoring some outstanding juniors. I'll be presenting the first one to Grace Sewell. As y'all have already heard, Grace loves language and literature, and she throws herself into the study of both. This is especially true with Spanish, also with Russian, and with English. In her English classes, Grace is adept at bringing in specific details from a text to ground her discussion of pretty abstract ideas. Her delight in the ideas of others is obviously genuine, and she loves connecting these ideas to thoughts of her own. Anyone who has been in a class with Grace can attest to her scholarly kindness and generosity. Grace's writing is often surprising and startling. She offers fresh readings and takes them in new and compelling directions.
Hello again. So I will be reading for Jake Pilati, who, as we already know, is not attending. So Jake is something of a unicorn student, and a nearly impossible combination of prodigious intellect, courage, diligence, humility, leadership, and affability. And he likes watching football, which is very important. He sees how everything fits together, no matter how obscure the concepts. But he's also crystal clear and organized when he explains an idea or analyzes an argument. His processing speed rivals that of the beefiest CPU, as his hand is often up in class before the instructor has even finished asking the question, as Dr. Failer can attest to. He is comfortable doing this, in part, I believe, because he is not afraid to try out ideas that have not had the time to fully cook yet, or bake, knowing that instructor and peer feedback is the best kind of oven. He tirelessly works through drafts of papers, having precociously adopted the practice captured in the mantra, writing is revising. As co-captain of the high school science bowl team, he leads with enthusiasm and fairness, making sure everyone is included and has fun. His amiable and energetic demeanor is infectious. We're lucky to have Jake at our school and are looking forward gratefully yet wistfully to his last year with us. Congratulations, Jake.
Gone Kim. See if she's got another message after this. Gon's extraordinary intellectual ability, breadth of interest, delightful wit, and seemingly boundless energy is contained in her very unassuming, gracious, mature, and enthusiastic personality that immediately puts everyone on her side. In place of sleep, and I really do mean this, I think it's a Da Vinci-esque 15 minutes every 3 hours. She visits instructors' office hours, assists students as a peer tutor at all hours of the night, addresses the nuances of substantivalism, political theory, quantum ontologies, programming, data structures, bioimaging at a Stanford lab, speed skating, international debating, science fairs, and throwing herself into clubs with a rare passion and aptitude. She is as industrious outside of OHS as she is in it, as you can see, and has demonstrated a strength of character and ability to adult, despite her protestations and lost passports. Better than most twice her age. It is humbling. Gon is a pillar to the OHS community through her appetite for knowledge, her wisdom in connecting it, and her kindness and enthusiasm in deploying it.
Bryce Robinson. Bryce is a model contributor to his OHS classes. Instructors say, and I surveyed some, that he's diligent, courteous, and supportive of other students. And he's tirelessly dedicated to self-improvement, especially in his writing. We honor Bryce not just because he's a top student academically, though. It's because he brings out the best in his classmates. So Bryce is willing to share his approach with the group, even when solving really difficult problems, and that willingness to put himself out there is rare in high schoolers, and it's rare for anybody else, for that matter. I think it speaks volumes about his maturity, and we consider Bryce indispensable in our classes just because of that quality, being a consistent and positive contributor, no matter the discipline.
Do you need to go? You would come after? Okay, just go later. All right. So the next junior book prize goes to Freya Doyle, who again is not attending. She's named after a Norse goddess. She lives in Alaska and cans fresh-caught salmon every year. I don't think I really need to go on after that. But I will anyway. She's also a genuine intellectual, a really amazing artist, and just an incredibly mature, courteous, and considerate person. Like others that we've heard about, she's a magnificent presence in class. She's always asking stimulating questions, making insightful connections to all kinds of interesting things. I feel really honored to present Freya with this award, and I find it appropriate too in a couple ways. First, I think that the class I had her in back in 9th grade was a real challenge for her. Maybe even her most challenging class. Fortunately, she's not here to dispute that. That's actually not fortunate at all. There's nothing fortunate about her not being here. But anyway, it was a great challenge. It's a tough class, but part of it also was just that I think she didn't know what to make of it, didn't know exactly what it meant to her, and she was really open and forthright and reflective about that. And I appreciated talking to her about that. And then she just kept at it. Tenacious and penetrating as always, and of course ended up doing really excellent work and interesting work. I think this was a really good experience for her, and if nothing else, it really clearly brought out something that all of her instructors have mentioned, have noted, which is this amazing persistence. She will not let go of a problem until she thoroughly understands it. The second reason I find it appropriate, as some of you know, I've had one or two mishaps in the great outdoors. So I keenly appreciate her interest in herbal medicine. So she's going to be receiving the book entitled The Natural History of Medicinal Plants. Hope you enjoy it, Freya. Hope it serves you well. Congratulations.
Hagen Hensley. I've never actually had Hagen in class, but I won out over his other instructors to present this award, which I'm very happy about. Hagen loves to challenge himself. The more intricate the problem, the better. He made an offhand comment. I'm quite interested in trying to figure out how to solve this orbital solution problem. I think I'd have fun with some sample data to try it on. And then he was off, not only solving it, but devising a brilliant and unconventional way to present the solution. His passion for astronomy brings him from star parties sharing knowledge and equipment to astronomy club, sharing his sense of wonder with other students, to scienceful competitions where he has a sportsmanlike yet extremely definitive way of crushing me into oblivion. His stellar work merits a very high weighting, and inspired by his amazement at the fact that his computer program was able to do in minutes what took Kepler much longer to calculate, we'll be giving him Kepler's Astrophysical Universe. Congratulations, Hagen.
Everyone brought their own scripts, and there's so many piles. Okay, here we are. So I'm here to present the Keating Award for Student Life and Leadership. This is usually presented by Dr. Jan Keating herself, but she couldn't be here today. So the award is named for Dr. Jan Keating, the founding head of Stanford OHS. From the very beginning, Dr. Keating has enthusiastically supported student leaders, from their creation of the student government to student initiatives such as Nap Time, a hard-hitting student-led podcast back in the day. Dr. Keating continues to be involved in fostering the development of young leaders at OHS, teaching a leadership course throughout the academic year and during summer at Stanford. This year, we recognize 2 students for their leadership within and outside of the classroom, along with their enthusiastic engagement in student life activities. It's my pleasure to first welcome to the stage Luke Kwong. Luke's teachers praise him as a long-standing ambassador for the Stanford Online High School. He advocates the school to new students and to prospective families, and he serves as a glue that binds us together as an intellectual community. He is known as a wonderfully bright and vivacious student who is also sympathetic and unself-conscious in his leadership. Whether that's in taking risks in classroom discussions, teasing out nuance in his writing, or cutting a rug on the dance floor. He makes the school a warmer, more welcoming place. Congratulations, Luke. Our second Keating Award for Student Life and Leadership goes to Elena Gonzalez. Both literally and metaphorically, Elena shows up and brings others along. In a low-energy class session, Elena will be the one to ask the question that gets things moving again. In office hours, she'll be the one to encourage a quiet student to ask their question first, and then she'll have smart and supportive thoughts about how to find the answer. She's the contact person and public face for countless clubs and activities, and she puts in even more time doing behind-the-scenes work. In and out of the classroom, Elena leads with good humor, kindness, and boundless energy. Congratulations, Elena.
So I'm going to be presenting the Head of School Award. So this year, the Head of School Award acknowledges a student who represents OHS-ness in all relevant senses of what it can mean. The recipient of the Head of School Award this year is Anna Stolman. Anna has a wide range of academic interests: modern Eastern European history, the classics, English literature, and above all, philosophy, which she intends to study in college and beyond. One of Anna's most impressive qualities as a student is her willingness to talk through her ideas. She calls it filibustering, but her teachers call it thinking out loud. Her willingness to feel her way toward answers and to think through many possibilities gives us an open, energetic, and engaged model of intellectual inquiry. Outside the classroom, Anna is heavily involved in expanding the framework for student life at OHS. Her teachers commend both her intellectual drive and her community leadership, calling her an anchor in clubs like the Ethics Bowl, a supportive friend to her classmates and fellow students, and a scholarly soul who is willing to tackle even the toughest intellectual material with both rigor and clarity. It's clear to the entire OHS community that she best exemplifies the OHS spirit. Congratulations. Now, I have a special announcement or proposal before the presentation of the next finale award, which is Award for Academic Excellence. So this award represents the underlying core of the OHS spirit, academic excellence. On behalf of the entire OHS community, I would like to propose a renaming of the award as Scarborough Award for Academic Excellence, in honor of Dr. Scarborough's exceptional contributions to Stanford Online High School. So, Dr. Scarborough was literally the first employee for Online High School and have been central to the development of OHS since its inception. In recent years, he has been playing the critical role of director of curriculum to maintain and further develop our distinctive OHS educational program. His dedication and contributions to the school have been exceptional, and our school would have been very different without him. I would like to take this moment with the entire OHS community to thank him for his long-standing commitment to OHS and celebrate his departure from OHS for a new professional journey. As he leaves the school after this academic year, I would like to again propose, once again, renaming the Academic Excellence Award as Scarborough Award for Academic Excellence. And I was gonna, call for a community-wide agreement, but I think we got that. So Dr. Scarborough, please come up on the podium so you can hand the award to the awardee while I read out the award presentation. Okay, now the official award presentation here. So, academic excellence is one of the most important values that makes OHS OHS. The award for academic excellence recognizes a student who best exemplifies the academic values of the school, including commitment to intellectual inquiry, academic breadth, originality of thought, contribution to the learning of others, willingness to take intellectual risk, effort, hard work, and persistence, and good citizenship overall in the school. The first Scarborough Award for Academic Excellence goes to Maddie Howitz. Maddie's calling card is her combination of consistent excellence with utterly genuine humility and a true desire to improve. She is incredibly mature, but also childlike in the most wonderful ways, optimistic, open to experience, happy for others, and willing to be a little goofy. Maddie is deeply committed to learning for the sake of learning. She's not going after an A in the course. Rather, she is fascinated by the process of critical inquiry. For example, in her literature class, she attended office hours with regularity to discuss the entire writing process, talking through an initial idea, workshopping an outline, reviewing a draft, and planning a revision for the first draft. She loves the whole process of refining her ideas, pushing them forward to their fullest articulation, and considering their implications. Her pleasure in learning is manifest, and it is indeed awe-inspiring. Congratulations.
There are a lot of awards. It is now time to conclude our awards ceremony, but I have a few announcements. If you received a course certificate, congratulations again. This is how many course certificates we have, and we will ask for you to come up to the stage at the very end to receive your course certificates. A few other announcements. Seniors, the senior instructor dinner is tonight at 6:30, which is in 45 minutes, in the Nora Suppi's courtyard. That's on the corner of Panama and Campus, where our offices are. And you can walk over there as a group. I'm sure your instructors are walking over there. But that starts at 6:30 in the Nora Suppi's courtyard. Tomorrow is our carnival. It is going to be lots of fun. Food trucks, inflatable games, class cup, and you can wear the color of the class that you are currently in. I know that was a question. It's not the class you're in next year. It's the class you're currently in. But the important thing is that you wear your name badge, not only so you can make new friends, but the food trucks will only serve you if you have this on. So please do not forget your name badges tomorrow. And the final thing is that this is where graduation will be held. The seniors need to be here by 8:30 on Sunday morning to practice walking, because you'll see there's stairs and you'll be in a cap and gown. So we're going to practice the processional and recessional, so please be here Sunday at 8:30, seniors. And that is it. Thank you, everyone, and here's to a great weekend.
I'm falling to pieces, but